Tonight, a brutal dictator's son winning the presidential election in the Philippines by a landslide.
Let us bring Filipinos back to one another in service of our country, facing the crisis and the challenges of the future together.
Thousands gathered to celebrate the unimaginable victory, a return to power for the Marcos family after being overthrown and forced to flee the country decades earlier.
Any endeavor as large as this does not involve one person. It involves very, very many people.
Preliminary results show Ferdinand Marcos Jr. earned more than 31 million votes, twice as many as his bitter rival and the current vice president, Leni Robredo.
The Philippines is moving from one presidential administration that has been accused of being governed in a dictatorial fashion to one that could potentially be that way. It's that alliance and relationship that has left some folks quite uneasy.
This is my son, Ferdinand Marcos Jr.
Marcos Jr. was a young boy when his father became president in 1965. For 9 years in his more than 2-decade rule, Marcos Sr. declared martial law, a first in the country's history, prompted by an assassination attempt on a chief aide.
The proclamation of martial law is not a military takeover.
During this time, thousands of labor leaders, politicians, and students were arrested. News outlets shut down, and enemies of the president detained, tortured, and even murdered. The family has also been accused of siphoning billions of state dollars during their time in power, something they deny. The family is believed to have stolen between $10 to $15 billion worth of goods. 15 mink coats, hundreds of handbags, and more than 1,000 pairs of shoes are among the valuables the state has since recovered. Ousted from power during the 1986 People Power Revolution, the family fled to Hawaii, where 3 years later the elder Ferdinand died.
The documented report.
The family returned to the Philippines in the 1990s, again leveraging their political influence. Their matriarch served 4 terms in the House of Representatives, at one point mounting her own bid for the presidency. Marcos Jr.'s sister, now a senator. Meanwhile, the young boy seen in photos alongside his father all those years ago, becoming a governor, congressman, senator.
Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., having been elected to the position of Senator of the Republic of the Philippines,
and is now preparing to take hold of the highest office in the land.
What does this win tell us about the direction that the country is heading in?
I think what's really interesting to see in the years ahead is really how the Philippines positions itself in Asia as a democratic nation. But as of now, it seems as though the voters have spoken in the Philippines, and they're ready to see what a Marcos presidency is going to look like.
All right, Priscilla Thompson joins us now from here in 30 Rock. So, Priscilla, preliminary results also showing a landslide for the vice presidential pick, I understand. Another name that'll be familiar to voters?
That's right, Tom. Sara Duterte Carpio, that name likely familiar because she is the current president's daughter, now poised to become the vice president. And it's interesting, in talking to experts about this, they say it may have been those names that thrusted these folks to victory in the first place because it brought credibility to their campaign. They ran on this sort of vague platform about unity, not really getting into any specifics or talking about change. But that is also what has critics concerned, that this could just be a continuation of some of the legacies of their families that some folks say is concerning.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.